we'll go for a balasana or a child pose. There are lots of variations of child pose and lots of different ways by which child pose or balasana can be done. We'll cover one or two ways of it. About the contraindications, very important. Please pay attention for the contraindications. Pregnant women or those ladies in monthly cycle, they should not do balasana. Those who have knee ache, they should not do balasana. Or people who have severe spondylosis, cervical spondylosis, they should not do balasana. Though balasana is one of the relaxation asana, but it has a complete twist from knee to the up to the waist. And those who have any problem in ear, having a problem if the blood flows to the ear and having a hole in the ear, they should not do balasana. Needless to say that people having hypertension, they should not bend more than 30 to 40 degree in balasana. So balasana is to be done carefully if you have any ailment of particularly the lower back region. But definitely those people who have a sitting job, they should do balasana. They can do balasana every day if they have normal backbone and health. Let's do balasana. So I'll do one thing. You can first pay attention to me and I'll do first and then you can do it again. So I'll do it 2 times, 1 or 2 variations, so that you can watch it and then do it. So this is a suggestion given by one of the health aspirant who is attending it. So I'll start the balasana. You have to sit in Vajrasana for balasana. Now the first variation is that in Vajrasana, when you are sitting, keep your both the hands tied to each other. Very slowly take a deep breath and slowly go down. There are again 2 variations in it. While going down, you breathe out and try to touch your forehead to the ground. This is a one variation. Some people, they keep their both the hands relaxed here. Another variation, third one, they can keep their hands just above the heels and relax. And one more variation, some people try to touch the chin. One very important point, try not to lift the back. Keep it resting and better to touch your forehead to the ground. There is another variation. Take your hands and keep it forward so that your elbows are touching the ground, palms are touching the ground, and here relax. You will find in balasana your diaphragm is completely locked and you have a deep struggle to breathe in and breathe out. So these are some of the variation in balasana. Finally, breathe out, stretch yourself and slowly come back with the breath in and breathe out. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it balasana again. So take a deep breath and lock your hands back. Very slowly go down. Slowly breathe out When you go down, if you are doing it for a long time, you can start your breathing here. First variation. Second, you can bring your hands up and relax. Third variation, you can keep both the hands below your thighs or above the heel and relax. Do not lift your back. Fourth one, try to touch the chin, but do not lift your back. It's a little bit difficult to touch the chin. And more difficult to talk when the chin is touching the floor. But in this case, you have to stop your breathing when you are touching the chin to the floor, else the floor dirt will go inside the nose. Very important. One more variation. Bring your both the hands forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Observe the stretch you have in your knee. Those who cannot touch their forehead to the ground, they can keep it as much as possible, but don't go beyond your own capacity. So you will find a kind of relief you have in this position, but there is equal amount of pains you will have in the knee. So people who have weak knee tendons or ligaments, they should not do this asana. Breathe out slowly. And with the breath in, come back. Complete your breath in and breathe out. If you do Balasana for more amount of time, you will find very relaxed. Rather, every day we should do Balasana. Vajrasana can be done after the meal. Remember, Balasana cannot be done after the meal. Very important. Though we go through Vajrasana you can do after the meal. Balasana should not be done after the meal. Very, very important. Secondly, if you see the Balasana advantage, people who are suffering from insomnia, they can get the advantage of a more melatonin secretion, and Balasana can help in very good sleep. People suffering from migraine, it's found that stabilizing in Balasana, they will reduce their migraine. Migraine having no reason, we don't know why migraine occurs. There are n number of theories are there. Okay, so third, if you would like to get the health of your backbone, right from the sacrum to the cervical, Balasana is one of the best asana. If you find that you are feeling dizzy, sleepy, and if you are feeling that in the morning, the first you can start with the Balasana. Balasana is a child pose, so child can do very well. It is a natural asana by child. If you would like to increase the strength of your knee and the strength of your ankle muscles, foot muscles, Balasana is one of the best. It also massages complete viscera of our lower abdomen. So all those organs which are there, including adrenaline, pancreas, kidney, it massages almost all. Needless to say that we have a complete stretch of our diaphragm, so it is very difficult to breathe in Balasana. And if you breathe in Balasana, diaphragm will try to pull the muscles because it has to give you a respiration by lowering and by coming up. So when diaphragm does that, it also pulls the muscle and muscles will be active, and that will also reduce the circumvented fat around those muscles. So Balasana also reduces tummy. So this was the Balasana. We should do Balasana every day whenever there is an empty stomach and we are at the normal health.